When you went to the hospital to stand in line to donate tadpoles, sperm, you unexpectedly ran into the most beautiful girl from your university, the school flower in the gynecology department, getting an ultrasound B scan. When you saw the ultrasound report clearly marked 8 weeks pregnant, the school flower didn't panic, but you did. You remembered that 8 weeks ago, after getting drunk, you had accidentally taken her virginity. Afterwards, she hadn't said a word, just braced herself against the wall and ran off. This left you without even a chance to take responsibility. Now you stood in front of her, but she was completely oblivious to your presence. You watched her cover her pink lips, looking down in distress. How can I get pregnant after just one time? Excuse me, is that child mine? You asked, your voice trembling. Lin Mengyao was startled at first, but when she recognized your face, a wave of wronged emotion instantly surged into her eyes. Tears spun wildly. Seeing this, you panicked immediately. Hey, don't cry. Everyone will think I'm bullying you. You did bully me, she cried, her eyes swimming with tears. This child is yours. What? You don't want to take responsibility? Her words were a bolt from the blue. You were completely stunned. One shot, one kill. You were a daddy right out of the gate. Just as Lin Mengyao continued to sob softly, a strange voice suddenly echoed in your mind. Note of the editor. If it looks like any cosmic cat that can take out any invention from the future, with copyright issues is merely a coincidence. Nothing that really existed, and nothing of a real famous anime. Congratulations, host, for activating the God-level daddy system. The child before you is indeed your masterpiece, and it's a pair of dragon and phoenix twins, boy and girl. Special rewards for the host. 200,000 yen in parenting startup funds, the complete encyclopedia of pregnancy knowledge, and a 100% enhancement to all physical attributes. Please check your account. No sooner had the strange voice faded than your phone chimed. Alipay deposit, 100,000 yen. At the same time, a flood of pregnancy knowledge poured into your brain, and a marvelous energy filled your entire body. It's actually real, you thought, still a little disbelieving, frowning deeply. Seeing that you hadn't spoken for a long time, Lin Mengyao mistakenly thought you wouldn't admit it. She choked out, "Don't you believe the child is yours? If you don't, we can get a paternity test." Her sobbing brought you back to reality. You quickly took a tissue from your pocket and handed it to her, comforting her. Hey, stop crying. I believe you. I'll take full responsibility. I will see this through to the end. The system had confirmed they were your dragon and phoenix twins, so you naturally had complete faith. You looked at the charming Lin Mengyao and said, affectionately, Mengyao, I will take responsibility. Are you willing to have the baby? Lin Mengyao tightly clasped her hands, a blush rising on her face. She smoothed her soft hair and asked softly, how do you plan to take responsibility? We haven't even graduated yet. We don't have jobs or a stable income. Wife, don't worry, I've already saved up a good amount of money, and I'll work even harder in the future to earn money and give you and the babies a cozy family, you said firmly, afraid she might refuse. Seeing you rattle off so much, Lin Mengyao giggled. You said it yourself, that I'm prepared to give birth to the babies. She gently caressed her belly, a sweet smile on her face. Though she looked wronged on the surface, she was secretly overjoyed. In truth, she had a crush on you since freshman year, drawn by your looks and capability. That's why, when she first went drinking with her roommates, she ended up drunk and collapsing onto you. Next, you took Lin Mengyao out for lunch, and afterwards you escorted her back to her dorm. You've worked hard today. Tomorrow I'll take you back to the hospital for a comprehensive checkup. Okay. Lin Mengyao sweetly agreed, her face radiant with happiness. You returned to your dorm, singing all the way. That afternoon, you quickly finished the project you were working on. With the 200,000 yen the system had given you, your personal savings now exceeded 300,000 yen. You needed to find time to rent a house off campus. With Mengyao pregnant, living in the dorm would be too inconvenient. Ding dong! The system has detected that the host needs to take the babies for a comprehensive checkup. To facilitate the host's travel, the system rewards a top-spec Xiaomi SU7 Max car. It has been parked in the Haida University C-Zone parking lot. Please check it out. Holy cow! You couldn't help but exclaim. The system is too awesome! The next day when you woke up, a car key was on your desk. You grabbed the key and headed straight to the school parking lot. As soon as you arrived, A purple haze-colored Xiaomi SU7 Max immediately caught your eye. Excitedly, you sat in the driver's seat. You drove to Lin Mengyao's dorm and took out your phone. Mengyao, are you awake? I'm waiting for you downstairs. We'll go for a prenatal checkup soon. Okay, wait for me for about 10 minutes. I'll get ready. Lin Mengyao felt a warmth in her heart. Your concern for her and the baby made her very happy. Shortly after, Lin Mengyao rushed downstairs from the dorm. Seeing this, you hurried forward and gently pulled her arm. Careful, baby, don't fall. Your words instantly dyed Lin Mengyao's cheeks red. Your eyes stared fixedly at her. You look so beautiful today. Lin Mengyao didn't dare to meet your gaze, lowering her head and whispering, HMPH. Smooth talker. Let's go quickly. You put your arm around Lin Mengyao, opened the car door, and gently said, Wife, please get in. Woo, who is your wife? At this, her delicate face instantly flushed a peach blossom pink. She was incredibly shy. After you sat in the driver's seat, Lin Mengyao couldn't help but ask, Young Che, did you just buy this car? Yeah, Mengyao. You have a driver's license, right? Mengyao nodded. Then this car is for you to drive from now on. It will make it easier for you to get around, and is better for you and the babies. No need. I'm not used to driving. You drive it. Lin Mengyao gently shook her head. I have other cars. It's settled. I'll teach you later. You didn't give her a chance to refuse, making the decision final. At the hospital, you accompanied Lin Mengyao throughout the prenatal checkup. Soon, the test results came out. The embryo development was completely normal. Just as the two of you were about to leave, a familiar figure suddenly appeared in front of you. Che Gay, Brother Che, why are you here? Zhou Quan looked at the two of you with curiosity. Zhou Quan was your roommate, who happened to be there for a physical checkup. You quickly pulled him aside and whispered an explanation of the situation. Zhou Quan chuckled mischievously, then waved to Lin Mengyao in the distance. Bye, sister-in-law! And disappeared in a flash. Lin Mengyao's face flushed. Just as you were about to tease her, the system prompt sounded in your mind again. The system has detected that the host has accompanied the baby for the first prenatal checkup. Reward: a King Suite apartment in Building 16 of Ginhai Mansion. The system has detected that the host gave the Xiaomi SU7 to Lin Mengyao. Reward: a Maybach S680 car. The Maybach S680 has been parked in the Ginhai Mansion parking lot. Please check it out. Holy cow, you exclaimed inwardly. This system was as powerful as ever. A Maybach S680 was worth over 3 million yen, and a Ginhai Mansion King Suite was over 5 million yen. Your net worth was quickly approaching 10 million yen. Now, it seemed that as long as you were good to Mengyao and the babies, the system would be good to you. With this thought, your feelings for Lin Mengyao deepened. You reached out, gently took Lin Mengyao's fair hand, and looked at her tenderly. Mengyao, let's go. Lin Mengyao was startled by this sudden hand-holding, her face flushing, though a flash of happiness crossed her eyes. Let's go! The two of you then drove back in the Xiaomi SU7, but the destination was not Ginhai University, but a high-end residential complex near the school. Honored Ginhai Mansion owner, welcome home. The crisp electronic voice startled Lin Mengyao. She rubbed her eyes, looked at the high-rise buildings in front of her, and asked, Where is this? You turned your head and explained softly, This isn't the school. This is Ginhai Mansion. It's our future home. Our future home? You bought a house? Lin Mengyao's small mouth was slightly ajar, her face full of disbelief. Yeah, you're pregnant. It's definitely not good for you to keep living in the dorm. Buying a house makes it easier for me to take care of you every day. Lin Mengyao pursed her lips, her eyes full of gratitude. That must have cost a lot of money, right? Where did you get so much money? You obviously couldn't say the system gifted it to you, so you casually made up an excuse and quickly glossed over it. So we'll find time to move in soon. We're gonna live together right away? Lin Mengyao's pretty face flushed instantly. Isn't this too fast? A million thoughts raced through her mind. If they lived together, would Zhongche reveal his true colors? She would be like an innocent little bunny, unable to escape. However, what Jiangche said made sense. Seeing Lin Mengyao's sweet, worried expression, you couldn't help but reach out and gently pinch her soft white cheek. What are you thinking about, wife? You're so engrossed. What? Who is your wife? We're not married yet. Lin Mengyao's small face turned crimson instantly. She raised a hand and fiercely pinched the soft flesh around your waist. Ow, 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 wife, gently. She increased the force. You quickly begged for mercy. I was wrong, wife. I won't dare to do it again. Let's go up and see the house. Lin Mengyao pouted slightly before letting go, though she still felt something was a little off. Soon, you arrived at the top floor. It was a 200 square meter apartment with a modern, minimalist design, 5 bedrooms, 2 living rooms, and fully furnished. Lin Mengyao walked to the spacious balcony, where the river view and sunset were in full sight. The June breeze gently brushed her face. The whole scene was warm and romantic. Seeing this, you finally couldn't hold back, stepping forward and gently pulling her into your arms. Lin Mengyao was startled at first, but didn't struggle. Instead, her delicate face flushed again. She asked softly, "This house must have cost a lot of money, right?" "Around 5 million. You said savoring the girl's fragrance." Lin Mengyao buried her head gently into your chest. "Wife, thank you for being willing to have the babies. You've given me a home. I will do everything I can to protect this home." Deeply moved, you looked at Lin Mengyao's misty eyes, slowly lowered your head, and moved closer to her tempting cherry lips. Lin Mengyao panicked for a moment, her heart pounding. She closed her eyes, letting you do as you pleased. Just as you were about to enjoy this earthly delicacy, a phone ring suddenly interrupted the two of you. Lin Mengyao instantly regained her composure, gently pushing you away. "I need to take this call." Seeing that it was her mother, Lin Mengyao composed herself and answered. "Yao Yao, what have you been busy with lately?" "Ah, Mom, I haven't been busy with anything," Lin Mengyao explained nervously. "Has someone been bullying you?" Because you were standing very close, you could clearly hear the conversation. Seeing Lin Mengyao's nervousness, you couldn't help but laugh out loud. Lin Mengyao glared at you and then raised her hand to pinch your waist again. Lin Mu, Mengyao's mother, heard the boy's voice next to her daughter and immediately guessed the situation. She laughed and asked, "Yao Yao, are you dating a boyfriend?" Lin Mengyao's face was completely red, and she hesitantly mumbled, "Yes, it's time to date a boyfriend in college. What is he like?" "If you're free next week, bring him home. Mom will take a good look at him." "Okay, goodbye. Mom won't bother you anymore." As soon as Lin Mu hung up the phone, Lin Mengyao looked at you with an angry glare. "It's all your fault. My mom found out." But you shamelessly laughed. "I'm already prepared to have my legs broken. Then, will you come with me next week?" Lin Mengyao's hands were tightly clasped. "Of course I will. I stole someone's precious daughter, so naturally I have to visit in person," you said, looking at her gently. "Let's prepare to move in tomorrow." "Okay." Lin Mengyao's face broke into a sweet smile. Then, the two of you prepared to go out for lunch. After entering the parking lot, you led Lin Mengyao, but you didn't head towards the SU-7. Confused, she watched as you took out a car key and unlocked a Maybach S680. The car started, and the headlights cast a unique beam of light, as dazzling as a shower of meteors. "This Maybach is yours?" Lin Menyao's mouth slightly opened, and her large, round almond eyes blinked. You nodded in confirmation. You led her to the passenger seat, lovingly settled her in, and then got into the driver's seat. You started the car and drove toward the mall. Because Lin Mengyao loved to eat fish, the two of you walked hand in hand into a grilled fish restaurant in the mall. After lunch, Lin Mengyao was drowsy. You drove her back to her dorm, and then you returned to your own doghouse, slang for a messy bachelor pad/dorm, where you had lived for over 3 years. "Your daddies are home!" You kicked open the door and shouted jokingly. As soon as you entered, you saw everyone staring at you intensely. "It was him! He stole the school flower!" Joquan pointed at you, feigning anger. You instantly understood. It was Joquan's big mouth. To keep the godfathers, your roommates, quiet, you decided to take them out to eat and play games. The moment you led your godfathers to the dorm entrance, you told them to wait while you ran off. They were confused about what you were doing. A few minutes later, a long, slender Maybach slowly drove up. The window rolled down, revealing your handsome face. "Get in." "Holy cow, you're my godfather. When did you make money to buy a car? Take your sons with you." You casually made up an excuse, saying that your family bought it specifically for the school flower's pregnancy. Everyone sighed in resignation and stopped talking. Early the next morning, you drove toward the girls' dorm. You had agreed with Lin Mengyao to move into Jinwan Mansion today. As you approached the dorm, you saw a familiar figure in the distance. Today, Lin Mengyao wore a plain colored shirt with a denim skirt, looking fresh and pleasant. My wife looks so good in everything, you thought, but then noticed someone else. There was another girl with her, whose sharp gaze showed a hint of hostility. You opened the car door and quickly walked to Lin Mengyao's side, gently taking her small hand. You said tenderly, "I told you to wait until I got here to come down." "Have you been waiting long?" Lin Mengyao's face flushed slightly. "No, we just came down. Oh, this is my roommate, Liu Yuxin. She insisted on coming along." You immediately understood the situation. This was clearly the best friend coming to inspect you. You originally wanted to greet her warmly, but she immediately questioned you, slightly annoyed. "So you're the one who stole my Yao Yao?" "Yes," you said, your gaze firm. "From now on, Yao Yao is in my care." "Dream on. You have to get past me first to get Yao Yao." Liu Yuxin finished speaking, grabbed Yao Yao's suitcase, and headed for the car. You looked helpless, holding Lin Mengyao's hand and following behind. Since she had made up her mind, you decided to let the facts convince her. Soon, you arrived at Jinwan Mansion. After parking the car, you moved all the luggage into the apartment. Just then, the system prompt appeared again. The system has detected that the host has completed the baby's first move. Reward, the 5-star chef skill encyclopedia. Please check it out. Instantly, all the culinary knowledge in the world rushed into your mind. You were now the most versatile 5-star chef. This 5-star cooking skill came just in time. As it was nearly lunchtime, you planned to show off your skills. You looked at the slightly nervous Lin Mengyao tenderly. "Wife, what would you like for lunch?" "I'll go buy some groceries." "Anything is fine. I'll like whatever you make." Lin Mengyao's face lit up happily when she heard you would cook for her. Liu Yuxin gave Lin Mengyao a speechless look, then said, "I want sweet and sour pork ribs, boiled sliced beef in hot chili oil, beef brisket stewed with potatoes, and braised fish." She asked for a lot, but for you, now possessing 5-star culinary skills, it was no problem. As you were about to leave, a small figure suddenly rushed into your arms, accompanied by a faint fragrance. Lin Mengyao was looking down, hugging you tightly with both hands. She said ambiguously, "Hubby, come back early." "Okay." Lin Mengyao then let go of you, her face completely red, and ran back to the room, leaving Liu Yuqin standing there eating dog food, witnessing a public display of affection. While you were out, Liu Yuxin sensed something was wrong and fiercely interrogated Lin Mengyao, eventually getting the truth. After learning that Lin Mengyao was pregnant, she was completely shocked. The famous pure school flower, who had never even dated, was pregnant first. A while later, you returned with large bags of groceries. As soon as you walked in, Lin Mengyao rushed up to you, reaching for the bags. "I'll take it." "No need to trouble my wife," you said, then gently pinched Lin Mengyao's pretty face. "What were you two chatting about? Your face is so red." Lin Mengyao pouted slightly and said haughtily, "I'm not telling you." Having no choice, you walked into the kitchen and started cooking. Soon, a dining table was filled with dishes that were perfect in color, aroma, and taste. Liu Yuxin tasted a piece of beef brisket and exclaimed in shock, "Wow, this is too delicious. You're practically a 5-star chef. Yao Yao, you're so lucky to have a master chef with you every day." Lin Mengyao hadn't expected you to cook so well either, and her face was beaming with happiness. Just then, the system sound rang out again. "Congratulations, host, for successfully preparing a delicious meal for your wife and babies. Reward, 3 million yen in cash." You cursed under your breath again. Holy cow, this system is as awesome as always. A single reward of 3 million yen. After lunch, you finally passed Liu Yuxin's test. You then drove her back to school. On the way, you learned about Lin Mengyao's family situation from Liu Yuxin. Her father had died in a car accident years ago, and her family situation wasn't great. It was just her and her mother. Because of this, she was very important to her mother. You made a firm decision. You must do everything in your power to take care of Yao Yao and ensure she never suffers again. After safely dropping off Liu Yuxin at school, you immediately returned to Jinwan Mansion. You entered the apartment and found Lin Mengyao asleep on the sofa. Lin Mengyao had changed into a white nightgown. displaying her captivating long legs, which were extremely alluring. You cautiously walked over to the sofa, crouched down, and carefully gazed at the sleeping mermaid. Thinking of Lin Mengyao's tragic childhood and the hardships faced by the mother and daughter, your heart felt a pang of pain. "I will be a good husband, Mengyao," you promised silently. Lin Mengyao seemed to sense something, letting out a subtle murmur. You gently lifted her into your arms and slowly carried her to the master bedroom. When Lin Mengyao woke up, it was around 5 p.m. Pregnant women are truly sleepy. She looked around, didn't see you, and then quietly came to your room. She found you working at the computer. She suddenly leaned over from behind and startled you, then stretched out her arms and sweetly whined, "Hubby, hug!" Hearing this, you gently embraced Lin Mengyao. A unique fragrance emanated from her body, not strong, but lasting, like the tranquil scent of a deep valley. Unconsciously, you closed your eyes, your lips slowly approaching a sweet soft spot, and began to deeply suckle. Hubby, you're annoying." Lin Mengyao protested slightly, but she was tightly constrained by your embrace. In the end, she could only succumb and enjoy the sweet moment. After a sweet and tender afternoon, you decided to take Lin Mengyao out in the evening to buy necessary supplies. As soon as you entered the mall, you quickly led Lin Mengyao forward, soon arriving at a maternity clothing specialty store. Lin Mengyao looked confused, not understanding why you were there. Hearing her confusion, you immediately teased, "Isn't it because I'm afraid your big white bunnies won't have a place to climb later on?" Noticing your gaze greedily fixed on her chest, Lin Mengyao finally realized what you meant. Her small face instantly turned bright red, and she fiercely pinched your abdomen. "Ow, ow, ow, wife. I was only worried about affecting the quality of the milk later," you protested. "After the 3rd month of pregnancy, the chest will start to grow. Show off with your empty words." Lin Mengyao's face grew even redder. Although the prenatal knowledge you shared was correct, coming from your mouth it felt tainted. She blinked curiously. "How do you even know all this?" Despite pinching your waist, she was happy inside. You smiled and said, "Wife, for you and the babies, I've done all my homework. You have to reward me properly." Lin Mengyao happily blinked her beautiful eyes and whispered, "Bend down. I have something to tell you." "What is it that requires such caution?" You obediently bent down. She then gently stood on her tiptoes and smacked a kiss on your cheek, leaving a wet mark. Feeling the sudden tenderness, you wanted to retaliate, but Lin Mengyao quickly pulled away, her slender legs swiftly carrying her into the specialty store. Feeling unsatiated, a faint smile appeared on your face, as you already envisioned the sweet life you would have after the babies were born. Lin Mengyao selected a few maternity outfits and went into the fitting room to try them on. You glanced at a jewelry store across the way. Estimating the time, you quickly ran inside. As soon as you entered, a beautiful saleswoman greeted you. Before she could finish her welcome, you asked directly, "Hello, do you have any diamond rings you would recommend?" The saleswoman was stunned, and seeing you looked like a college student, she recommended a lower grade ring. You shook your head with a smile. "Show me something higher grade. My budget is around 500,000 yuan. With the blessing of the system daddy, you naturally aimed for a high-end choice. Moreover, this diamond ring was meant for your wife, and the system would surely give you more rewards later. The saleswoman, unaware of the situation, was shocked. 500,000 yuan. Her monthly salary was only a few thousand. It was truly infuriating to compare yourself to others. Soon, guided by the saleswoman, you chose a beautiful diamond ring costing exactly 500,000 yuan. After paying, you immediately returned to the maternity store, pretending nothing had happened. Just then, Lin Mengyao walked out of the fitting room, spinning in a circle. "Jiang Che, does this look good?" You secretly thought, "Isn't this an easy question?" Then you praised her with a satisfied look. "It looks great. Wife looks good in everything." "HMPH, that's like saying nothing," Lin Mengyao said, exasperated but happy inside. After admiring herself in the mirror, she decided to buy the outfit since it felt good. After buying the clothes, the two of you drove back to Ginhai Mansion. It was already 10 p.m. when you got home. Lin Mengyao was utterly exhausted. Yawning, she said, "I'm going to my room to wash up and sleep. Good night." Seeing this, you were a little reluctant. You leaned forward, your voice extremely gentle, and asked, "Do I get a good night kiss, wife?" "No, no more." Lin Mengyao's face instantly turned bright red. I already gave you one today. She quickly turned around and hurried back to her room. Tomorrow, then. Tomorrow, she replied as she gently closed the door. With the sound of the door closing, the system notification arrived. Congratulations, host, for successfully accompanying Lin Mengyao to purchase maternity clothes. Reward: a luxury storefront in Jinwan Plaza. You were already accustomed to this, no longer shouting "Holy cow" like before, but you were still excited. A luxury storefront in Jinwan Plaza was worth at least 8 million yuan. For the next 2 days, you didn't go to school, living a sweet and shameless life together. Lin Mengyao comfortably reclined in a lazy chair, watching the sparkling river surface while you fed her. That night, the wind outside suddenly howled, and lightning flashed, and thunder roared. A loud clap of thunder shattered the peace, startling the sleeping Lin Mengyao. Shivering and curling up, she was terrified. Lin Mengyao had always been afraid of thunder, and now, being pregnant, her fear was magnified infinitely. On the other side, you were about to fall into a deep sleep when your phone rang. "Who is sending messages in the middle of the night?" you muttered, reluctantly opening your phone. It was Lin Mengyao's special notification tone. "Jiang Che, can you come over?" After sending the message, Lin Mengyao continued to curl up. In the past, she would have grit her teeth and endured, but today was different. Now that she had a husband, she could call him at any time. Seeing the message, you instantly became excited, and all your sleepiness vanished. You eagerly hurried to Lin Mengyao's door, gave a light, symbolic knock, and pushed the door open. "Wife, I'm coming in." Hearing your voice, Lin Mengyao quickly jumped off the bed and burrowed into your arms, tightly wrapping her arms around your neck. You gently stroked Lin Mengyao's hair. "I'm sorry, I didn't know you were afraid of thunder." Looking at the slightly trembling Lin Mengyao in your arms, you felt a little distressed and helpless. Lin Mengyao then said, "Then let's sleep together." No sooner had she spoken than a faint blush appeared on her face. "There's such a good thing happening." You immediately lifted Lin Mengyao and carried her back to the bed. You lay down next to her, gently embracing her, holding her tightly so she would feel secure. But the accompanying result was a rapidly rising temperature in your face. Lin Mengyao was shy. Looking at the deeply flushed Lin Mengyao, you teased, "It's not the first time I've held you while you sleep. Why so shy?" Hearing this, Lin Mengyao became even more embarrassed, burying her head under the quilt. "The last time was when I got pregnant. Bad Jiang Che, daring to tease me now." The more Lin Mengyao thought about it, the angrier she became. She raised her jade-like hand to pinch your waist, but her hand was blocked by your hard abdominal muscles. Seeing Lin Mengyao's wronged expression, you were afraid she would burst into tears again. You quickly apologized. All right, wife, I was wrong. I won't tease you anymore. I just wanted to ease your fear. You've cried enough today. Any more is bad for the babies." You then gently tightened your embrace around Lin Mengyao. She tried to resist but couldn't match your strength, only managing soft murmurs. "Stinky Jiang Che, bad Jiang Che." In the midst of her repeated soft murmurs, Lin Mengyao quickly fell into a dream. You, however, were not so lucky. You looked down at the snow-white little bunny in your arms, which was completely exposed. Just as a physiological reaction was about to start, you quickly averted your eyes. Lin Mengyao slept soundly, her tempting small mouth lightly exhaling a faint scent. A long, slender leg was brazenly draped over your body. And so, you were tormented all night by the soul-stirring little bunny, suffering immensely, not falling asleep until the latter half of the night. The next morning, a phone call rang next to Lin Mengyao's ear. Half asleep, she picked up the phone and pressed the answer button. Lin Mengyao's voice was soft and sleepy. On the other end of the line, young Mu's, your mother's, face showed an expression of shock. She was utterly stunned. "What's going on?" "I called my son, and a woman answered the phone." "Who are you? Where is my son, Jiang Che?" Jiang Mu asked urgently. Quote, "Jiang Che is sleeping next to me," Lin Mengyao replied, then tossed the phone to your ear and continued to snuggle up and sleep soundly. As for you, after being tormented by Lin Mengyao all night, we're sleeping like a log, completely unaware of the outside world. You finally woke up around noon. Slowly opening your eyes, you felt you were finally alive again. Looking at Lin Mengyao clinging to you, you really wanted to steal a kiss from her tempting, cherry lips. The more you looked, the more engrossed you became. Just as you hesitated, ready to lean in only a few centimeters away, Lin Mengyao slowly opened her eyes. Seeing your lips inching closer, she instantly regained her senses and weakly whispered, "What are you trying to do?" You looked guilty and replied, I just wanted to admire your beauty up close." Lin Mengyao looked at your perverted eyes, then looked down at her own neckline. Her small face turned bright red instantly. "Pervert! Scoundrel!" She quickly pulled away and retreated under the covers, too shy to come out. You wore a mischievous smile. "Wife is so gentle even when cursing. I wish I could just do the deed right here." Just as you were entertaining these wicked thoughts, the phone rang. Jiang Mu was calling again. You didn't think much of it and pressed the answer button. "Hello, Mom? What's the matter, calling so early? Stinky boy, where are you right now?" You glanced at the naked Lin Mengyao in your arms and lied. I'm in the dorm." Hearing this, Jiang Mu was furious. "In the dorm? Then why did a girl answer my call just now? Did you sneak into the girls' dorm at night?" You looked confused and quickly checked the call log, seeing several missed calls from your mother. The first one connected. You looked at the phone, then at the sleeping Lin Mengyao. You lowered your voice. "Mom, I'll explain later," then you hung up. On the other side, Jiang Mu was furious after her son hung up. Quote, "That stinky boy dared to hang up on me. I'm so mad." She turned and looked at Jiang Fu, your father, who was playing on his phone nearby. She ordered, "Old Jiang, if you have nothing to do, go wash the vegetables." After hanging up the phone, you tiptoed out of the room. After listening to the call recording, you realized the gravity of the situation. You quickly called your mother back. Before Jiang Mu could speak, you said, "Mom, you need to prepare yourself psychologically before I tell you what's going on." "Then hurry up and tell me, you little brat. I'm listening clearly." Jiang Mu had already imagined you visiting a shady massage parlor last night. "Mom, it's actually nothing much. It's just, you're gonna be a grandma." "Oh, okay, that's really nothing much." Jiang Mu jumped up in shock, then started scolding you fiercely. The more she thought about it, the angrier she got. How could the son she raised do such a thing? Getting a young girl pregnant before marriage? What kind of decency was that? Although she had retired and truly wanted to be a grandmother, the suddenness of it was too much for anyone. She had to go see the situation in person. After hanging up, Jiang Mu immediately told Jiang Fu the news. Jiang Fu's veins bulged on his forehead with anger. He decided to bring his 7 wolves, a euphemism for a belt, to deal with you. Then, your parents started rummaging through their closets, packing their bags, preparing to fly over to give you a whipping. Meanwhile, you were pacing back and forth in the living room, frantic. "I'm doomed. I'm going to get beaten up this afternoon." Just then, Lin Mengyao pushed open the door and walked out. Seeing your anxious state, she asked curiously, "Chang Che, what are you doing?" "Wife, you're awake!" Seeing your wife awake, you stopped dwelling on your parents' visit and decided to just accept your fate. "You must be hungry. I'll go make breakfast right now." You casually rubbed Lin Mengyao's small cheek, and your inner turmoil instantly vanished by more than half. Soon, a bowl of fragrant mushroom and shredded pork congee was served. Watching Lin Mengyao happily eat it, you were also happy. Since the rice was already cooked, the deed was done. At worst, you'd take a couple of beatings. You'd still be a brave man 20 years later. While Lin Mengyao was eating, you decided to tell her about the situation. Upon hearing it, she couldn't swallow her congee. Her eyes widened, her cherry lips slightly ajar, unable to close for a long time. She was frozen in shock. You gently pulled Lin Mengyao into your arms and said softly, "Wife, don't be afraid. This was bound to happen eventually. My parents are very easygoing. Seeing such a beautiful daughter-in-law, they'll be overjoyed." Hearing this, Lin Mengyao frowned, "But I'm still a little nervous. Will your parents think I'm a casual person?" You carefully explained your mother's thoughts and informed her that your parents would arrive that afternoon to deal with you. Lin Mengyao's lips curved into a slight smile, and she seemed less nervous. She then asked curiously, "How do your parents usually beat you up?" You described the situation with a sense of humiliation. "My dad has an ancestral belt, and my mom has an ancestral clothes hanger. They do a mixed doubles, taking turns. My dad hits me this time, and then my mom hits me next time. They work in perfect harmony." Lin Mengyao burst into giggles. She gently blinked. Then you must have been very naughty. Weren't you trying to flirt with me just now? Facing your wife's accusation, you continued your shameless defense. Honey, can a husband flirting with his own wife be called flirting? Lin Mengyao's small face instantly flushed, and she softly retorted, We're not even married yet. She then raised her jade-like hand and playfully pushed your chest. Then, the two of you began to imagine your sweet life after marriage. Lin Mengyao was teased by you until her whole body was rosy. Soon, Lin Mengyao couldn't take it anymore and used sleep as an excuse to escape. No, I'm sleepy. I need to sleep. Little sleepyhead. You immediately gave her a princess carry, gently lifting her and walking toward the bedroom. Lin Mengyao responded by fiercely biting your arm, venting her displeasure. Don't bite. I was wrong. After carrying Lin Mengyao back to the room, you looked at the cute bite marks on your arm and smiled blissfully. The afternoon quickly arrived. What was coming came. Zhang Fu and Zhang Mu arrived at the entrance of Jinwan Mansio and were immediately shocked by the luxury. The difference between their own neighborhood and Jinwan Mansion was immense. This stinky boy rented such an expensive place. This just gave your mother one more reason to beat you before even meeting you. Zhang Mu angrily called you, ordering you to come down. I'm coming, you said helplessly. You didn't want to go down, but had to. You quickly put on your shoes and ran to the community entrance to meet your parents. Soon, you saw two familiar figures, familiar faces and angry eyes. Mom, Dad, you're here. Don't grab my ear. As soon as they met, Zhang Mu immediately grabbed your ear without a word. Passersby cast curious glances, making you extremely embarrassed. You quickly gave your father a pleading look, but your father ignored your eyes, immediately turned his head, and started playing with his phone. You felt utterly desperate. After the appetizer, you led your parents upstairs. On the way, you briefly explained the whole situation. You wanted to explain your state at the time, but your mother wasn't interested. Instead, she impatiently asked, Where is my daughter-in-law? You looked helpless and replied, Mingyao is sleeping in the room. She should be waking up soon. Seeing that her daughter-in-law wasn't awake yet, your mother immediately ordered you to go to the kitchen and stew chicken soup. You could only obediently comply. Soon, a rich aroma of chicken soup filled the house. At that moment, Lin Mengyao woke up and followed the scent to the living room. Jiang Che, did you stew chicken soup again? It smells so good. As soon as Lin Mengyao finished speaking, she saw Jiang Fu on the side. Watching her go from a look of pure joy to instant shyness, then running back to the room in an embarrassed panic, the mother saw her daughter-in-law run away and immediately punched Jiang Fu next to her. Look at your goofy smile. You scared our daughter-in-law off, didn't you? Jiang Fu felt a little wronged, but didn't dare to argue, enduring it silently, mentally planning to take it out on his son later. And you, hearing Lin Mengyao's voice from the living room, immediately put down your work and walked out of the kitchen. You didn't see Lin Mengyao in the living room, only your dad looking wronged as he faced your mom. You instantly understood what had happened. You then walked into Lin Mengyao's bedroom and closed the door. Lin Mengyao had already changed clothes, wearing a light purple dress with light makeup that made her look even fresher and more charming. I was half asleep and forgot your parents were coming. Will they like my outfit? Lin Mengyao nervously pursed her lips. You squeezed her small hand and praised her. There's no parent in the world who wouldn't love a little fairy like you. You're all talk, Lin Mengyao smiled, her beautiful eyes twinkling. Then you took her hand and walked out of the room. You walked ahead, and Lin Mengyao followed closely behind you. You then introduced yourselves. Your mother enthusiastically came over, pushed you aside, and pulled Lin Mengyao down to sit. The two of them immediately started chatting. But your mother noticed Lin Mengyao was still quite reserved, thinking it might be because your dad was present. She immediately glared at him. Old Jiang, don't you have something to discuss with your precious son? Go outside and talk. After they left, the mother, Jiang Mu, began apologizing to Lin Mengyao for your mistakes, then pulled out a string of gem bracelets from her pocket, intending to put them on Lin Mengyao. Lin Mengyao tried to refuse, but Jiang Mu was quite firm. Take this, that boy owes you. Don't worry, if that boy dares to treat you poorly, just tell me. I'll definitely help you teach him a lesson. When Lin Mengyao heard the word lesson, she suddenly seemed to remember something, her face changing dramatically. She quickly ran out the door and saw your father, Jung-fu, with a belt in his hand, ready to hit you, while you stood motionless, preparing to take the punishment obediently. Seeing this, Lin Mengyao rushed forward, throwing her arms around you tightly to shield you. She cried out, "Uncle, please don't hit Jung-chae. Jung-chae is not wrong. It was an accident caused by both of us. He has been taking good care of me and taking responsibility this whole time. I really like Jung-chae." Her voice was trembling yet firm, her eyes full of stubbornness and genuine affection. You never expected this seemingly frail Lin Mengyao to be so brave as to stand up and protect you. Your dad sighed deeply at the sight. When his gaze shifted to you, you immediately understood, looking firmly at Mengyao. "I will take responsibility. I will spend my life accompanying and caring for you both. I believe in you." Lin Mengyao lowered her head, hiding her flushed small face. Just then, Zhang Mu appeared, pulling Lin Mengyao back into the house to prepare dinner. You slipped into the kitchen and stir-fried a few home-style dishes. After dinner, you took Lin Mengyao for a stroll around the neighborhood. When you returned, she was starting to yawn, so she went back to the room early to rest. No sooner had Lin Mengyao gone in than your mom dragged you into the room, pulled out a bank card, and put it in your hand. "Here's 1 million yuan. Your dad and I saved it for you to marry a wife. Take it." With a triumphant smile, you said, "Mom, I don't need it. I already have a house. This house was bought by your son." Zhang Mu was first delighted, then slapped you on the head. You quickly concocted a fictional investment story to explain the money. Your mom then gave you a long list of things to pay attention to. Seeing it was past 10 p.m., you prepared to go back to your room to rest. As you pushed open the door, a beautiful figure was lying on the bed, undoubtedly Lin Mengyao. Thinking that you had already slept together before, you quietly climbed into bed. Just as you lay down and were about to make a move, Lin Mengyao suddenly turned around, her fair hand lightly wrapping around your waist. Seeing her feigning sleep, you chuckled softly. "Wife, are you asleep?" You took the opportunity to pinch her cheek. Lin Mengyao didn't move. "Since my wife is asleep, I shouldn't be discovered if I do something naughty," you muttered to yourself on purpose, slowly lowering your head, aiming for her tempting, cherry-red lips. Feeling your breath, Lin Mengyao finally couldn't hold back. Her little hand fiercely pinched your soft spot. "HMPH, big pervert," she said, then turned her back to you, not wanting to look at you again. You laughed softly and hugged her from behind. "Wife, why did you come to my room today?" Lin Mengyao, with a flushed face, recalled arrogantly, "This is my room. You're the one who came to the wrong place." Knowing she was thin-skinned, you said with a face full of indulgence, Okay, I came to the wrong place. How about I come to the wrong place every day from now on?" Lin Mengyao couldn't listen anymore. She turned around annoyedly and lightly punched your chest. "Stop talking!" "All right, I won't talk," you said, pulling her into your embrace. Lin Mengyao yawned, clearly exhausted. When you weren't looking, she secretly kissed you on the cheek. "Idiot, good night, Jung-chae," she whispered, then immediately turned over and fell asleep. Leaving right after teasing me again, you were completely helpless with her. If she weren't pregnant, you would have definitely pinned her down on the bed by now. You stopped yourself from thinking further, muttering under your breath, "There will be plenty of chances to deal with you later." Then you held Lin Mengyao and gradually fell asleep. The next day, when seeing your parents off, you drove them. Your mom leaned into Lin Mengyao's ear the whole time, whispering stories about the two of you and laughing. After returning home, you bothered Lin Mengyao endlessly, trying to get her to tell you what they talked about. Lin Mengyao just smiled, giving a soft huff. "I'm not telling you." Since soft tactics didn't work, you decided to play tough. You deliberately put on a serious face, lifted her chin, and forced her to look at you. "Are you going to tell me or not? If you don't, I'll have to use force." Lin Mengyao knew your little tricks inside and out. She narrowed her beautiful eyes and looked at you provocatively. "I hate you, and I won't tell. Let's see what you can do to me." As soon as she finished speaking, you scooped her up in a princess carry, holding her tightly, and strode toward the bedroom. "What are you doing? Put me down." Sensing you were serious, Lin Mengyao instantly panicked, her legs kicking constantly, but you ignored her. After gently placing her on the bed, to her surprise, you only leaned down and kissed her on the forehead, your voice dripping with tenderness. Quote, "Wife, take a nap first. When you wake up, we'll go shopping at the mall." That kiss made Lin Mengyao bury her head under the covers in embarrassment. She replied softly, "Okay." When Lin Mengyao woke up, the sky was already turning to dusk. You immediately took her straight to Jinwan Plaza and started a crazy shopping spree for her future mother-in-law. High-end health supplements, designer bags, and gold and silver jewelry. Nothing was missed. The shopping cart piled higher and higher, but your enthusiasm didn't wane. Lin Mengyao finally couldn't watch anymore. She grabbed your hand. Enough, enough, it's too much already. You didn't care. It's my first time meeting my mother-in-law. I have to show enough sincerity and ability. Seeing you unmoved, Lin Mengyao puffed up her cheeks, looking like an angry little pufferfish. If you buy one more thing, I'll be angry. You shamelessly leaned close to her. Fine, I won't buy anything. Give me a kiss and I'll stop immediately. That's for running away after teasing me last night. Lin Mengyao's face instantly turned red. She turned her head away. Go back and talk about it. There are too many people here. Suddenly remembering a storefront the system had given you yesterday, which was nearby, you pulled her and rushed straight ahead. Lin Mengyao was full of confusion. You led her to a vacant, empty storefront. You turned to the bewildered Lin Mengyao. Nobody's here now. Can I have a kiss? Before she could respond. You gently wrapped your arms around her slender waist, lowering your head and greedily savoring the milky scent on her lips. At first, she resisted a little, but quickly realized her struggles were futile and simply closed her eyes to enjoy the moment. Just as you were engrossed, footsteps suddenly sounded at the door. Lin Mengyao was startled, immediately breaking free from your embrace and fled toward the restroom with a red face. Watching her shy retreat, you felt your heart melt. After she came out, you drove home. As soon as you entered, you rushed into the kitchen, afraid she might be hungry. Half an hour later, mushroom and slippery chicken clay pot rice, steamed mandarin fish, and tomato and egg soup were all served. Wife, dinner is ready, you called out to Lin Mengyao on the sofa. Seeing you finally emerge from the kitchen, she quickly walked over and hugged you, murmuring softly with a red face, Hubby, you worked hard. After a moment of this affection, you started dinner. Watching her eat with relish, your heart was filled with happiness. After a simple cleanup, Lin Mengyao dragged you to bed, using you as a backrest, comfortably scrolling through her phone in your arms. You looked down, and a stretch of white skin came into view. You instantly felt aroused, and quickly changed the subject to distract yourself. Wife, should we buy some bird's nest or something tomorrow? No, that's enough. My mom really doesn't care about these things. Lin Mengyao rubbed against you in your arms, smiling. Are you very nervous? Your face showed a hint of embarrassment. Of course I'm nervous. I'm really afraid Auntie will kick me out or even break my third leg. You involuntarily shivered. Putting myself in her shoes, if my daughter had this happen, I definitely wouldn't be merciful. Seeing how nervous you were, Lin Mengyao giggled, offering reassurance. Don't worry, my mom is always gentle. I'll help you. Don't be scared. Go to sleep. With that, she tried to turn around and face away from you to sleep. How could you let her succeed? You pulled her back with your arm. She was back in your embrace. You quickly stole a kiss on her lips. Lin Mengyao turned red and turned her back to you again. This time, you didn't insist. You just gently held her from behind, and together you drifted into sleep. The next morning, you set off for Ginhai, a 4-hour drive away. Lin Mengyao told you stories about her hometown the whole way, her eyes sparkling with joy as she shared childhood memories non-stop. You drove and listened quietly until she tired herself out and fell asleep, resting on the seat. 4 hours passed quickly. You gently pinched her soft cheek. Wife, we're here! Lin Mengyao rubbed her sleepy eyes. Just waking up, she looked especially cute. She then took out her phone to call her mother. After hanging up, she led you straight to her house. Mengyao's home was a standard 140 square meter apartment building on the 8th floor. You carried 2 large bags of gifts up the stairs with her. Seeing the familiar door, she couldn't wait to take out the key and open it. Mom, we're home! A gentle-faced, beautiful middle-aged woman walked up to you. Lin Mengyao instantly rushed into her mother's arms, the mother and daughter embracing tightly. It's good you're back, Yao Yao. Lin Mu, Lin's mother, touched her daughter's forehead and teased. Have you gained weight recently? Lin Mengyao blushed and stuttered. No. She didn't know how to tell her mother about her pregnancy. After a moment, Lin Mu turned her head and examined you with a soft gaze. You nervously rushed to introduce yourself. Auntie, hello. I'm Lin Mengyao's boyfriend, Zhang Che. Nice to meet you. This is a small gift for you. With that, you handed over the 2 large bags of gifts. You didn't have to bring anything when you came. Don't do this next time. Come in quickly, Linmu said, taking the gifts and smiling. Although the apartment was a bit old, the whole house was meticulously tidy, giving off a comfortable and peaceful feeling. Linmu led you to the dining table. As dinner began, Linmu started to inquire about your relationship. Afraid that telling the truth would get you kicked out on the spot, you could only fabricate a story about falling in love at first sight. You then took out the designer goods, health supplements, and jewelry from the gift bags, showing Linmu your sincerity for Mengyao. Xiaoche, why buy so many expensive things? Auntie can't accept all this. Linmu looked at her nervous daughter and guessed that you must be hiding something, so she asked. You hesitated for a moment, then finally decided to tell the truth. Lin Mengyao took a deep breath. Mom, there's something I want to tell you. Linmu looked gently at her nervous daughter. Mom and Dad are listening. Mom, actually, I'm pregnant. Hearing her daughter was pregnant, Linmu's eyes widened, full of shock and confusion, thinking she was joking. Lin Mengyao lowered her head guiltily. Mom, I'm sorry. Before she could explain, you stepped forward. Auntie, it's all my fault. Please rest assured, I will take good care of Mengyao. If you're still upset, you can hit me. I'll accept any punishment. Linmu closed her eyes, her eyebrows tightly furrowed. Although the rice was already cooked, she found it difficult to accept that her beloved daughter, whom she had raised so carefully, had come to this. After a moment, she slowly opened her eyes with a hint of anger and called Lin Mengyao into the room alone. After closing the door, Lin Mengyao sat beside her mother. Linmu held her hands tightly, quietly listening as her daughter recounted the entire sequence of events. Knowing the full story, even though it was her daughter's initiative, Linmu was still somewhat upset. She then pressed, Did he propose to you? Lin Mengyao's small face was slightly flushed. He said he would marry me after getting your permission. Linmu nodded. He is quite respectful of his elders. Opinions, after all. Her favorable impression of you increased slightly. At this moment, you sat in the living room, cold sweat beading on your forehead, your mind racing with every possible consequence. Seeing the mother and daughter walk out smiling, you instantly breathed a sigh of relief. Linmu sat opposite you, her gaze having changed, but she still asked about your plans in a gentle tone. Once Auntie agrees, I plan to hold a grand wedding. You answered truthfully. You then introduced your current situation, working in investment, owning a car, and an apartment near the school. As you spoke, you pulled out your documents and handed them to Linmu. Linmu was a little surprised to see that the property deed had both your name and Lin Mengyao's name on it. This further increased her good impression of you. Seeing the time was right, you suddenly stood up, your tone firm. Auntie, please rest assured and entrust your daughter to me. I will take good care of Mengyao for the rest of my life. Lin Mengyao also stood up, tightly grasping your hand, looking at her mother with determined eyes. Linmu looked at the two of you and shook her head helplessly. Your heart dropped. Does Auntie not agree? Seeing her mother shake her head, Lin Mengyao's eyes started to redden slightly. Just as she was about to beg, Linmu suddenly gave a small smile. The rice is already cooked, and you two are in love. How could Auntie possibly object? I just didn't expect to become a grandmother so quickly. Hearing this, Lin Mengyao could no longer hold back. Her eyes red, she hugged her mother and cried out loud, as if she were being married off far away. After their emotions settled, the three of you sat together and chatted easily. Soon, Lin Mengyao started to feel sleepy and asked her mother if she had prepared a room for you. Linmu looked at her silly daughter and said, Zhang Che is going to sleep with you in your room. Lin Mengyao looked bewildered. Mom, are you really that kind of person? Although she said that, she was a little excited inside. Then, she shyly led you to her boudoir. As soon as you entered the room, you changed into a set of pajamas without saying a word and lay down on the bed. Lin Mengyao quickly turned her head away. You teased, Wife, Auntie has already agreed. Shouldn't you call me hubby now? Not yet. We're not married yet, Lin Mengyao said, blushing. I'm gonna change. Turn around. You looked at her chest with a playful smile. Call me hubby, and I'll turn around. Noticing your mischievous gaze, Lin Mengyao, mixed with a hint of shame and anger, spat out, "Hubby!" and glared at you. Delighted, you finally turned around, your heart pounding wildly. Seeing you turn, Lin Mengyao quickly unbuttoned her dress and changed into a cute, creamy white nightgown. After changing, she turned around and found you pretending to look at your phone, but with a smile you couldn't hide. Lin Mengyao's face was completely flushed. She pursed her lips and clenched her fists. Did you peek? I've been looking at my phone, you pretended to be clueless. When did you change? What color is my underwear then? Pink. You blurted out. You did peek! Lin Mengyao's face was as red as a ripe apple. She scrambled onto the bed, straddling you, and rained down punches on your chest with her small fists, all while muttering, "Stinky Jiang Che, you big pervert!" I'm sorry, wife. Haha. You apologized with your mouth, but secretly chuckled, finding her even adorable when she was angry. Before long, Lin Mengyao was tired. She lay down on the other side of the bed, keeping a distance from you. How could you allow that? You casually pulled her back into your arms, ready to sleep. Just then, the system gave a ding sound. Congratulations, host. You have passed your mother-in-law's test. Reward: a king's apartment unit in Shidai Garden, Jingshui City. The next day, you were still somewhat reserved. After all, you were at your mother-in-law's house. It wasn't until after dinner, when you took Lin Mengyao out for a walk, that you finally breathed a sigh of relief. Holding hands, you came to a small park nearby. Lin Mengyao smiled. This park is nice, it feels very cozy, but you changed the tone. Lin Mengyao tilted her head in confusion. But what? But we should also do something that fits the atmosphere. With that, you pulled her into your embrace. The surroundings were extremely quiet. Lin Mengyao lowered her head, blushing. Her bell-like giggle was especially tempting in this atmosphere. You gently lifted her chin, making her look straight at you. Call me hubby. Hubby. Lin Mengyao looked at you shyly and affectionately, her slightly parted lips exuding an irresistible temptation. You couldn't hold back any longer. Staring at those pink lips, you slowly kissed her, sucking hard. Your hands also started to get restless. Just as the passion was peaking, a clear, pleasant meow came from your feet. Lin Mengyao immediately pulled away from your arms, and the pink lips you were about to have slipped away just like that. Looking at the plump calico cat at your feet, you couldn't help but feel annoyed. The kitten closed its eyes, enjoying Lin Mengyao's petting. Seeing this, you also squatted down, wanting to pet it, but the kitten deftly dodged you and meowed in protest. It's not familiar with you yet, so of course it won't let you pet it. Lin Mengyao explained with a laugh. You were a little speechless, and immediately pulled Lin Mengyao to go home. Back home, while holding her and scrolling through videos, you suddenly remembered the king's apartment unit the system rewarded you with last night. Wife, I'll take you somewhere tomorrow. Lin Mengyao blinked adorably. Where are you going to take me? This is my hometown. If anything, I should be taking you out. She thought for a moment, turned around, wrapped her small hands around your waist, pouted cutely, and looked up proudly. Are you hiding something from me again? You said with a face full of indulgence. Yes, I am, but it's a good thing. Tell me, hubby. I want to know. Lin Mengyao whined in your arms, rubbing her face against your chest. Seeing you didn't react, she got anxious, pouting slightly. If you don't tell me, I'll ignore you. Knowing the fish had taken the bait, you smiled mischievously. Okay, I'll tell you, but you have to give me a kiss, wife. Lin Mengyao hesitated slightly. Then kiss me. Seeing her so straightforward, you were overjoyed. You gently lifted her chin and pressed your lips against her soft, cherry-red mouth. Wait, wasn't it supposed to be a kiss on the cheek, she asked, her eyes wide with surprise. At this moment, Lin Mengyao's mind went blank. Her face flushed. She instantly widened her beautiful eyes, then bashfully closed them. Seeing her teeth clenched, you tentatively used your tongue to gently knock on her city gate. Unexpectedly, you easily breached it. Lin Mengyao wanted to speak but could only manage a soft moan. When your lips separated, Lin Mengyao pulled back slightly, breathing heavily, her face showing a captivating rosy blush. Looking closely, a faint crystalline thread connected your lips. You gently wiped it with a tissue, then squeezed her rosy cheek. "Wife, your lips are so sweet and delicious. I love it. Let's kiss more often in the future." Lin Mengyao smoothed her eyebrows and looked up, her voice slightly husky. "Why did you suddenly use your tongue?" You shamelessly replied. "You told me to kiss you." Lin Mengyao, with her little head fuming, was insistent. "But I didn't say to kiss with our mouths." Unable to contain her anger, her fair hand viciously pinched your soft flesh. "Ouch, ouch, ouch! Wife, I'm sorry!" After twisting your waist a few times, she gradually calmed down. She carefully replayed the kiss, finding it quite pleasant. Seeing her face start to blush again, you knew she was no longer angry. You immediately pulled her back into your arms, your hand inadvertently grazing her softness. The next day, you went to your mother-in-law's house to confess and apologize. Fortunately, your mother-in-law was reasonable. The rice was already cooked, so she couldn't say much more. That evening, she arranged for both of you to stay in the same room. Seeing your mother-in-law's hint, you didn't waste any time, pulling Lin Mengyao to strengthen your relationship. After a night of tenderness, you woke up at noon. While enjoying lunch, Lin Mengyao suddenly remembered the passionate scene from last night, and her face turned rosy again. Suddenly, she realized a problem. "How are your skills so practiced? You stuck out your tongue right away." Seeing your wife blushing again, you asked confusedly, "Wife, what's wrong?" "Why?" Lin Mengyao pouted angrily. After a while, she slowly looked up at you, finally unable to resist asking, "Last night, why were you so skilled?" You were slightly stunned, not expecting her to ask that. You made up an excuse. Guys are naturally gifted in this area. You just get the hang of it the more you kiss. Lin Mengyao was clearly unconvinced, biting her lip in frustration. She pressed on. "Then, was that your first kiss?" Sensing an explosive crisis, you quickly picked up Lin Mengyao and sat her on your lap. "What are you doing? Tell me, was it or wasn't it?" She angrily punched your chest. You gently scratched her cute nose and smiled. "Of course it was. Last night was my first kiss." Hearing this, shy emotion flooded her heart. Lin Mengyao instinctively pulled her hair up to cover her flushed cheeks. She needed you to tease her a bit before she would believe you. Women are such strange creatures. After breakfast, you took Lin Mengyao to Shidai Garden. This was her hometown, and she was confused about where you could be taking her. Soon, you arrived at Shidai Garden. After parking the car, you confidently held Lin Mengyao's hand and walked toward the gate. The entrance of Shidai Garden was like a magnificent archway, grand and solemn, showcasing nobility and elegance. Lin Mengyao seemed to have realized something. She hesitated for a moment and asked, "Hubby, did you buy random stuff again?" You smiled faintly. "No, these are things I should buy. It's not random. I don't want my future mother-in-law to climb stairs every day, and this place is close to Auntie's work, so she won't have to squeeze onto the bus every morning." Lin Mengyao was deeply moved after hearing this. She tightly hugged you with both hands, her eyes sparkling with adoration. "Thank you, hubby." Seeing your chance, you naturally held her slender waist and gently kissed her cheek. Startled by your sudden attack, Lin Mengyao's small face quickly flushed. Quote, "We're still outside." That was the exact sentence you were waiting for. You looked at her mischievously. "Then it's okay at home?" Lin Mengyao realized she had fallen into a trap. She lightly punched your chest and quickly broke free from your embrace. "Okay, stop fooling around. Let's go in and take a look." You picked up your phone and called the manager of Shidai Garden. Before long, a young man with a beaming smile jogged over. Led by Manager Huang, you arrived at the base of the king's unit. Holding Lin Mengyao's small hand, you walked onto the large balcony, overlooking the entire Shidai Garden. This scene was perfect for doing something. You looked down at Lin Mengyao. "Wife, what do you think?" Lin Mengyao smiled brightly and rubbed against you happily in your arms. "It's beautiful! My mom will definitely like it." Manager Huang was very perceptive. He sent you a text message and quietly withdrew, and you were finally able to openly show affection to your wife. After a moment of tenderness, you realized it was getting late. You grabbed Lin Mengyao, who was fully flushed, and went to a nearby mall to pick up your mother-in-law from work. Lin Mu worked at Heping Mall. It was just getting to quitting time. She was with her colleague, Chen Li, preparing to take the bus home. As they walked and chatted, Chen Li started to bring up Lin Mengyao again, always trying to set up her son with Lin Mengyao. Lin Mu had always politely declined before. Now that her daughter was pregnant, and she had a wonderful son-in-law like you, she was even less willing. Let me tell you, it's hard to find a job now. Look at my son. He's in a state-owned enterprise. Lots of people are scrambling to get into his unit every year. Chen Li was boasting. Just then, a sleek black Maybach pulled up in front of them. Lin Mengyao poked her head out first. "Mom, I'm here to pick you up." Lin Mu was shocked. Although she didn't know much about cars, she could certainly tell the difference between an ordinary car and a luxury one. You also poked your head out and smiled. "Auntie, get in. We've already bought groceries for lunch. I'll show off my cooking skills and let Auntie have a taste." Lin Mengyao then noticed Chen Li standing nearby. "Auntie Chen, are you going home too? We can give you a ride." Chen Li gave an awkward smile. No need. My son is coming to pick me up soon. You go ahead." Lin Mu, who was just thinking of how to make Chen Li stop having ideas about her daughter, saw the perfect opportunity. She turned her head and said, "This is my son-in-law. I'll be going now." Back home, you rushed into the kitchen to cook, not letting your mother-in-law enter. Soon, you had prepared a table full of dishes. Steamed turbot, mushroom and scallop soup, beef stir-fried with scallions, and steamed spare ribs with garlic. Because Lin Mengyao loved fish, you made a fish dish for every meal. During dinner, you found a chance to mention the Shidai Garden apartment to Lin Mu, suggesting she move there soon. Lin Mu's heart sank when she heard this. "Jiang Che, are you serious?" You nodded earnestly. Lin Mu frowned in thought. "How much would that cost? This apartment is a bit old, but it's still livable. Jiang Che, listen to Auntie and return the apartment. That's how the older generation is." You gave Lin Mengyao a look. With the two of you working together, Lin Mu finally agreed. After a brief tidy-up, went back to the room for more sweet fun. When you were tired, you both fell asleep. You woke up at 2 p.m., looking at Lin Mengyao sleeping soundly in your arms and couldn't bear to wake the sleeping beauty. You quietly crept out of the room. After a simple wash-up, you drove the Maybach to check out a famous nearby decoration company. You had to get the new house furnished quickly. You didn't know how much time had passed, but Lin Mengyao finally woke up. Her small hand kept fumbling on the bed, as if searching for something. "Where is my husband?" After feeling around and not touching you, Lin Mengyao rubbed her eyes and struggled to get out of bed. She walked out of the room but couldn't find you anywhere in the house. She immediately took out her phone and sent a message, "Hubby, where are you?" with an angry rabbit emoji attached. Hearing the special ringtone, you quickly opened your phone to reply. "Wife, are you awake?" Before you could finish typing, Lin Mengyao called directly. She asked with a pout, "Why didn't you wake me up?" You could tell she was a little unhappy. You quickly explained, "I couldn't bear to wake you because you were sleeping so soundly. I came to find a decoration company." Hearing this, Lin Menyao's mouth slightly curled up, and she replied affectionately, "Then come back soon! Hubby, I miss you." Hearing that, your heart started racing again. This little girl missed you after only a few hours apart. You saluted your phone like a soldier. "Yes, wife, I'm on my way back now." Lin Mengyao hung up the phone. Her face flushed. "Wife? Why add wife at the end?" she thought. "Hubby has been working hard all afternoon. He's probably hungry when he gets back. I'll make dinner today and let him taste my cooking." Lin Mengyao found ingredients in the fridge and started getting busy in the kitchen. She didn't feel anything abnormal at first, but halfway through cooking, a sudden wave of nausea hit her. She covered her mouth and rushed to the bathroom, beginning to vomit violently. She didn't know how long she threw up. When Lin Mengyao emerged from the bathroom, her face was pale. She took a sip of hot water from a small cup and gradually recovered. "I didn't expect morning sickness to be like this the first time." Just then, the front door opened. You and Lin Mu returned together. Lin Mengyao saw you and rushed to get up, quickly throwing herself into your arms, her voice slightly hoarse. "Hubby, you worked hard. Welcome home." You heard the change in her voice and immediately knew something was wrong. It sounded like she had been crying. Looking at your wife in your arms, her eyes were red with faint tear tracks. Sensing the abnormality, you asked with concern, "Wife, what's wrong? I'm sorry, I shouldn't have left you alone at home. I won't do it again." Saying this, you picked up Lin Mengyao and gently placed her on the sofa. She nestled in your arms, softly explaining what had just happened. After hearing her, you realized it was a false alarm. You quickly picked up a tissue to wipe the tear stains from Lin Mengyao's eyes, but the thought of her vomiting in the bathroom made your heart ache. The first 3 months are the high-frequency period for morning sickness in pregnant women. You had always prevented her from entering the kitchen, but it happened anyway. You gently rubbed her small face. Don't go into the kitchen anymore. Leave all the chores to me, understand? Lin Mengyao leaned into your arms, the discomfort from the morning sickness completely gone, a happy smile spreading across her face. Okay. After dinner, Lin Mengyao pulled you to take a walk by the river. Hands clasped, you strolled leisurely along the riverbank. The river was bustling with people, and the faces of passers-by were all smiles. Life here is truly pleasant. You couldn't help but sigh as you looked at the night view of the river. Quote, yes, I used to come here often when I was a child. Lin Mengyao fell into a memory. I remember there was a kind old grandpa selling candied hawthorns here. She talked on and on about her childhood stories, and you quietly acted as a listener, concentrating on every little detail about her. Passing by an ice cream shop, the queue of people was endless. You were curious and wanted to find out why. You turned and asked, Wife, do you want ice cream? Lin Mengyao looked at the ice cream in the shop, and her stomach grumbled embarrassingly. Her small face instantly turned red. Yes. Without a word, you led her into the shop. After settling her in an empty seat, Wife, you sit tight. I'll go queue up to buy it. What flavor do you want? Lin Mengyao held your hand and shook it gently, smiling. I want strawberry flavor! Thank you, hubby! You kissed the back of her hand and went to join the queue. Lin Mengyao quickly withdrew her hand, her cheeks flushed. How is this person so shameless? In broad daylight. Fortunately, it wasn't any other part. Seeing the line was still very long, Lin Mengyao took out her phone. Her best friend, Liu Yuxin, sent a video message. My dear Yao Yao, where are you now? I'm coming to see you. Lin Mengyao didn't know how to respond and could only tell her the truth. I brought my hubby home to see my mom. Liu Yuxin's face was full of disgust. Oh, you're already calling him hubby? You're not even married yet. So Auntie agreed? And didn't break his third leg? Lin Mengyao recalled the meaning of third leg, and her face, which had just recovered its composure, flushed again. Xingxian, don't talk such embarrassing nonsense, my mom agreed. A daughter is useless once she grows up. You just gave yourself away like that. Liu Yuxin showed a standard. Auntie, smile. You two go have fun. I'm not eating any more dog food. Just as she ended the chat with Liu Yuxin, a handsome young man sat down opposite Lin Mengyao. He immediately started to flirt. Hello, beautiful. Can I have your contact information? Lin Mengyao glanced at him, then politely refused with her head down. I'm sorry, I have a husband. The guy saw that she looked like a student and guessed that saying she had a husband was just a made-up excuse. So he continued to pester her for her contact information. Lin Mengyao saw he wouldn't stop, and her eyes suddenly turned cold. Please don't bother me anymore. I told you I have a... Before she could finish, a voice cut in. Didn't she say she has a husband? You glared fiercely at the man hitting on your wife. Lin Mengyao immediately hid behind you, clutching your hand tightly. The guy saw that you were taller and more handsome than him, knew he was no match, and scurried away. Wife, next time someone hits on you, just call me directly. I'll be right over, you said, smiling as you handed Lin Mengyao the extra-large strawberry sundae. Then, with your fingers intertwined, you continued your walk along the river. Lin Mengyao stared at the extra-large sundae in front of her. After thinking for a moment, she took out her phone, snapped a picture, and sent it to her best friend, Liu Yuxin. Liu Yuxin's face was full of question marks after seeing the delicious treat. Yao Yao, please be a person. Lin Mengyao tidied her hair, a smile playing on her lips, secretly laughing to herself. Who told you to feed me dog food earlier? A moment later, Lin Mengyao looked at the sundae, which was only half eaten. I'm finished. You touched her head indulgently. Feed it to hubby. I'll finish it. Lin Mengyao then understood why you had only bought one cup. Her cheeks slightly flushed, she took the sundae. You finished it in big bites, not forgetting to say, The strawberry sundae is so sweet. Stop it, hubby, Lin Mengyao protested softly, her face red. After teasing Lin Mengyao, she felt a little tired and pulled you, ready to go home. Passing by an old man selling candied hawthorns, Lin Mengyao's eyes lit up. Let's buy a stick of candied hawthorns. She was excited like a child. After buying one, you returned the way you came. Lin Mengyao ate the candied hawthorn while swinging your hand up and down, as if she were a child again. Seeing how happy she was, your mood also lifted. There's only one left. Are you sure you don't want to eat it? When she got to the last one, Lin Mengyao suddenly turned to look at you, blinking adorably. No, you answered firmly, your gaze fixed on her tempting cherry-red mouth. Lin Mengyao sensed that you had a mischievous intent, but being innocent, she couldn't figure out what. So she put the last candied hawthorn into her mouth. After holding it for a moment, she was about to chew when you suddenly smiled and said, Wife, I want to eat candied hawthorn now. Lin Mengyao looked blankly at the empty bamboo stick in her hand, shaking her head. It's gone. But there's still one, isn't there? You pointed to her mouth. There's still one. Lin Mengyao blinked. There's still one in my mouth. Suddenly realizing something, she quickly tried to cover her mouth and say something, but it was too late. You wrapped one arm around her slender waist and used the other to lift her chin, gently kissing those tempting pink lips. You softly pried open her lips and teeth. Your tongue lightly rolled, and you stole the candied hawthorn from the beauty's mouth. Before pulling away, you deliberately gave a little suck, which made Lin Mengyao's small face turn completely red. She pushed you away hard, glaring at you angrily. Why did you steal my candied hawthorn? I like candied hawthorn that tastes sweet from the mouth, you said with a thick-skinned laugh. Lin Mengyao was so annoyed. Her slender fingers suddenly twisted your waist. 1 second, you were grinning mischievously. The next second, your face was contorted in pain. Ouch! Stop twisting! I already have several marks on my waist. Lin Mengyao gave a soft pouting. Turning her small face away. I won't let you look. Quote, Okay, wife, I know I was wrong. Let's go back quickly. You immediately started to coax her. Lin Mengyao snorted angrily, still not looking at you. You always say you know you're wrong, but you do the same thing next time. Seeing that this tactic was no longer working, you instantly felt that the candied hawthorn in your mouth no longer tasted good. Oh no, is this girl really angry? After a moment, Lin Mengyao turned her head and looked at your helpless figure. She suddenly let out a small laugh. Do you know fear now? Yes, I'm scared. You quickly lowered your head and admitted your mistake. Seeing your startled look, Lin Mengyao nodded in satisfaction. Then, blinking her pure deer-like eyes, she whispered, Next time, don't suddenly kiss me in public. You can do it when we get home. You readily agreed without a trace of hesitation. Okay, wife, better than nothing, right? Finally, you returned to the parking spot. After settling Lin Mengyao in the passenger seat, you drove towards home. In the car, Lin Mengyao looked at her slightly bulging lower abdomen, a shy look on her face. Hubby, do you think our baby will be a boy or a girl? You drove steadily, smiling as you answered. Is it possible we'll have one boy and one girl? Lin Mengyao raised an attractive eyebrow, smiling happily. How could we be that lucky? Having twins right away. Then she gently stroked her soft belly. It's almost 3 months now. Baby, hurry up and grow. Seeing your wife stroking her belly, you felt a little envious. Wife, I want to feel it too. Lin Mengyao's small face flushed. Do it when we get home. Concentrate on driving now. Don't look around. You parked the car and took Lin Mengyao's soft hand as you walked towards home. At the doorstep, a figure holding a bouquet of flowers stood quietly. As you got closer, you realized it was Wang Ji. Wang Ji clenched his fists, forcing a smile onto his face, his gaze completely fixed on Lin Mengyao. Mengyao, I heard you were back. Why didn't you say anything beforehand? These flowers are specially prepared for you. Wang Jie deliberately ignored your presence in his eyes. Lin Mengyao frowned, her voice cold. Wang Jie, why are you here again? There's no possibility between us. Please give the flowers to someone else. Saying this, she pulled your hand, intending to bypass him and enter the door. Wang Ji suddenly stepped sideways, blocking the two of you. His face was filled with anxiety. Meng Yao, can't you give me a chance? I've been hired by a well-known company in Jingshui City now. Both my parents are working professionals. I can give you a good life here in Jingshui. Lin Meng Yao's eyes narrowed and she directly interrupted him. I'm saying this one last time. There's absolutely no possibility between us. And I already have a husband. Move aside. This was the first time you had seen Lin Mengjiao so angry. You instinctively clenched your fist. Wang Jie tried to continue explaining. You grabbed his arm and twisted it hard, slamming him to the ground. The body-enhancing reward from the system made your strength far exceed that of ordinary people. She's made it clear enough. If you dare to harass my wife again, I won't be this polite next time. Get lost. You kicked Wang Ji in the butt, sending him sprawling. Wang Ji scrambled up awkwardly, his face twisted in a vicious grimace. He glared at the backs of the departing couple. Already consumed by obsession, he would never give up easily. Back home, the two of you washed up and lay in bed. Lin Mengyao put down her phone, turned, and snuggled into your arms. Hubby, what are you thinking about? You keep staring at me like that. You hugged her tightly, whispering gently. I was wondering why my wife is so popular. This morning, that auntie's son, then the guy at the ice cream shop tonight, and now Wang Jai downstairs. 3 people tried to steal my wife in one day. It makes me angry just thinking about it. Lin Mengyao's eyes showed a helpless and gentle smile. That's not something I can control. They're the ones who keep coming over. You smiled and lowered your head, your forehead touching hers. Then I'll have to keep a tighter watch on you from now on. Before you finished speaking, a kiss landed softly on her forehead, her nose, and finally rested on her lips. A few days later, you and Lin Mengyao settled things in Jingshui City, preparing to leave for Ginhai City. Wang Shifang's eyes were slightly red as she handed the household registration booklet to her daughter. Yao Yao, keep this safe. Remember to come back often. Lin Menyao's eyes felt sour. You took her hand and promised firmly, Auntie, don't worry, we will come back often. Wang Shifang nodded. Mom knows, be careful on the road. The Maybach slowly drove away. Wang Shifang finally couldn't hold back her tears. Her daughter, whom she had relied on for over a decade, was now getting married. In the car, Lin Mengyao was crying silently. You drove quietly, giving the mother and daughter some space for their emotions. 4 hours later, the Maybach drove into the Ginhai mansion parking lot. You parked the car and gently picked up Lin Mengyao, who was asleep in the back seat. The beauty in your arms woke up, her hazy eyes meeting your doting gaze. Are you awake? Your eyes were full of tenderness. Put me down quickly. Lin Menyao's cheeks instantly flushed crimson. She whispered softly, We're still outside. It'll be embarrassing if someone sees us. It's okay, there's no one here, you said, carrying her into the elevator and pressing the 16th floor. The elevator slowly ascended. It stopped suddenly on the first floor, and when the door opened, a middle-aged couple walked in. The older woman couldn't help but smile when she saw your intimate posture. Lin Mengyao awkwardly buried her face in your chest, frantically running her fingers through her hair, trying to cover her burning cheeks. Finally reaching the 16th floor, Lin Mengyao quickly broke free from your embrace. You smiled and put her down, but she lightly punched your chest. You're still laughing, she complained. Back home, you immediately started cleaning. Lin Mengyao also smartly rolled up her sleeves and joined the fight. You wanted her to rest, but she threatened you with narrowed eyes. If you don't let me help, don't even think about a kiss tonight. You scratched your head and had no choice but to let her share the work. With a man and woman working together, the work was less tiring. Before long, the house was spotless. Over the next few days, Lin Mengyao buried herself in preparing for her graduation defense, while you were completely relaxed. In the evening, you comfortably nestled on the sofa, watching a movie on the 200-inch screen. Lin Mengyao walked out of the room with light steps, wrapping her arms around you from behind, resting her chin on your shoulder. Hubby, don't you have to prepare for your graduation defense? She asked. You turned and kissed her cheek, your voice full of pride. Your husband is too outstanding. I've been exempted from the defense and graduated directly. Lin Mengyao puffed up her cheeks, a look of disbelief flashing in her eyes. Ah? How is that possible? You laughed, even harder. Didn't you know your husband is excellent? Lin Mengyao hooked her arms around your neck and lightly bit your cheek. I know, hubby, you're the best. She quickly let go and trotted back to the room. You touched the teeth marks on your face, a smile unconsciously creeping onto your lips. The day of the graduation defense was sunny. Lin Mengyao wore a white shirt and a black long skirt, her dark hair naturally cascading, a faint scent wafting from her shoulder. She stood in front of you and twirled lightly. Hubby, do I look good like this? She asked. You stepped forward and embraced her, sniffing the fragrance on her. Beautiful. My wife looks good in anything. Lin Mengyao gently pushed your chest. Smooth talker. All right, let's go. Your eyes showed anticipation. Can I go in and watch your defense? Lin Mengyao hastily shook her head. No, I'll get nervous. We're going to be late. The two of you arrived at the school parking lot. You held Lin Mengyao's hand and walked to the School of Liberal Arts building. You said gently, Go on. Don't be nervous. I'll wait for you at the door. Lin Mengyao's face was red, her voice as small as a mosquito's. A little kiss, and I won't be nervous. You paused, then hugged her and gave her a light kiss on the forehead. Go on. After Lin Mengyao walked into the classroom, you quietly returned to the parking lot, put on a black hat, and sneaked into the classroom, sitting in the back row. You held up your phone and secretly took pictures of Lin Mengyao. Lin Mengyao walked onto the podium, her demeanor composed, her speech fluid and well-organized, earning nods of approval from the professors. As you were taking photos, you heard the whispers of the students next to you. As expected of the campus belle. She's beautiful and so academically outstanding. Yeah, but I heard the campus belle has a boyfriend. Damn it! Which bastard stole our campus belle? I think he's a student at our school too. You listened to the discussion of the few boys next to you, a smile unintentionally curving your lips. One of the boys asked, curiously, Hey buddy, what are you smiling about? Another added, You've been smiling the whole time, non-stop. You raised an eyebrow. Was I smiling? I was thinking of something happy. You couldn't stop the corners of your mouth from turning up. Just then, Lin Mengyao finished her defense, packed her things, and prepared to leave. You quickly stood up. Excuse me, guys, I have to go first. Good luck to you all. With that, you quietly slipped out the back door. While the boys were still muttering, you were already standing at the classroom entrance, your tall figure and handsome face instantly attracting the attention of many girls. Finally, one girl plucked up the courage to walk over. Hi, buddy. Can I have your contact information? Before you could speak, Lin Mengyao suddenly rushed to your side, grabbed your arm, and said with cold eyes, I'm sorry, he already has a girlfriend. The girl recognized the campus belle and immediately looked crestfallen, slinking away. You smiled, lowering your head to ask your wife, Did the defense go smoothly? Lin Mengyao's small face crumbled. No, it didn't. As soon as I came out, I saw you flirting with other girls. You quickly cried out, I'm innocent. I just got to the door a little while ago, Lin Mengyao pouted. Who knows with you? You took out your phone and showed her the secret photos you took. I have a way to prove my innocence. In the photos, Lin Mengyao was elegant and moving. Lin Mengyao then noticed you were wearing a black hat. She reached out to pinch your waist. You were peeking again. You smoothly pulled her into your arms. I just wanted to see what you look like in class and experience what it's like to be in class with you. I won't have the chance anymore. Lin Mengyao's cheeks flushed. She whispered, All right then, send me the photos. You sent her the photos and also sent them to the family group chat. Zhang Shulan immediately replied, My daughter-in-law is so beautiful, Zhang Zhengguo echoed. As expected of me. My son's taste is the same as mine when I was young. Zhang Cizi chimed in, This is my sister-in-law. Cici, are you playing with your phone at school? You're defying me. Zhang Shulan mistakenly replied, Oops, I sent it to the wrong person. I'm not Cici. Yang Cici sent an expression of speechlessness. Just then, the few boys who had been discussing earlier walked out of the classroom. Seeing the campus belle in your arms, they gritted their teeth. The news about the campus belle having a boyfriend is true. Wait, isn't that the guy who was laughing the whole time just now? Damn it, Lin Mengyao tilted her head and smiled sweetly. You said you wanted to experience being in class with me, right? You nodded. Yes. Lin Mengyao raised an eyebrow and looked up proudly. Then let's have dinner at the school cafeteria. We've never eaten there together. You shook your head. No outside food isn't clean, Lin Mengyao whined. Just this once. Besides, school food should be clean. Seeing you still hesitant, she pulled your hand. Come on. I'm hungry already. If you don't go, I'll go by myself. You reluctantly agreed. The two of you arrived at the Manhwa cafeteria, which had the best reputation at the school. Lin Mengyao ordered with a bright smile, "Auntie, I want stir-fried eggs with tomatoes, braised fish, stir-fried shrimp with broccoli, and 2 fried chicken drumsticks." "Auntie, don't be stingy. This is the last time we'll eat at the school cafeteria." The auntie smiled and added more food. You casually ordered a few dishes. The two of you found a corner to sit in. Lin Mengyao put half of the braised fish and a fried chicken drumstick in your bowl. "This is delicious. I used to come here often." You sighed. "No wonder I never saw you in college. Your dorm and classes were in the south, and you ate at the bamboo garden in the south." Lin Mengyao, on the other hand, was in the north. Lin Mengyao whispered, "But I've seen you before." "Wife, what did you say?" you asked, looking at her in confusion. But the dining hall was noisy, and Lin Mengyao's words were drowned out by the din. "Nothing." She picked up a shrimp and brought it to your mouth. "Here, try this." You took a bite. You then added a piece of braised pork to her lips. Lin Mengyao took a small bite, and you finished the rest. The sight of the two of you feeding each other instantly became the focus of the surrounding students. "Isn't that the campus belle? The guy next to her is her boyfriend." "Damn it! How did my goddess get a boyfriend?" "Don't say that. The guy is pretty handsome." "Handsome, my ass. He's not worthy." "Hurry up and take a picture and post it on the campus gossip site. Let him become the public enemy of the entire school." Click. The photo was uploaded with a particularly eye-catching title, "Shock Ginhai University Campus Belle and Boyfriends Sweetly Feeding Each Other in the Cafeteria." The comment section immediately exploded. "Who is that scumbag next to our campus belle? The campus belle has a boyfriend!" "My heart is broken." "It's just a boyfriend. I still have a chance." "Doghead, isn't that Zhang Che from the School of Computer Science, G? Great God Zhang? Brothers, it's time to unite and rush this guy." You focused on your meal, suddenly feeling a chill down your spine, as if you were being pierced by countless stares. Just then, your phone vibrated. It was a message from the 622 dinner group chat. Zoquan. "Bro Che, you've been exposed." Zong Zeisheng. "Remember to wear a mask when you're on campus later. Just a friendly reminder." Chen Jingming. "Ha ha ha, Bro Che. You're done for." You replied helplessly. "What is it?" Zoquan sent 2 photos, which were precisely the pictures of you and Lin Mengyao sweetly feeding each other. She CE. "You'll have to keep a low profile when you return to school." You sighed helplessly. Lin Mengyao noticed your strange expression. She complained, "Jiang Che, what are you looking at? You're ignoring me." You smiled bitterly. "I've become the public enemy of all the guys at Ginhai University." Lin Mengyao blinked, looking confused. "Huh, why?" You sighed. "It's all because my wife is too beautiful." You handed her the phone. Lin Mengyao covered her mouth and laughed. "Well, I can't help you with that. You're on your own." After dinner, the two of you held hands and strolled through the campus. You were worried, afraid that a fanatical fan might suddenly jump out from behind and hit you with a hammer. Lin Mengyao giggled. "Hubby, do you want me to help you?" You looked at her expectantly. "How will you help?" Lin Mengyao tucked her hair behind her ear and smiled. "Call me sister, and I'll help you." Your face turned red. "No, I am older than you." Lin Mengyao pouted cutely. "What's wrong with calling me sister?" "Call me once, and I'll give you a reward." You hesitated for a moment. "Really?" Lin Mengyao nodded. "It solves the school commotion and gets me a reward. A win-win." She hugged you, looking up and smiling. "If you don't call me, I won't let go." You turned your face away, your voice as soft as a mosquito's hum. "Sister?" Lin Mengyao's eyes curved into crescent moons as she smiled. "Good boy, little brother." She quickly gave you a peck on the lips, then turned and ran. You touched your lips, feeling a little helpless. "That's the reward?" Lin Mengyao blinked. "Do you like it?" You nodded. "I like it, but it was too short. We're still on campus." The two of you continued to stroll. You could still feel the hostile stares from the surrounding boys, which were even stronger than before. You couldn't help but ask, "Wife, didn't you say you were going to help me just now?" Lin Mengyao smiled mischievously. "I did help you." "Check the school gossip site." You opened your phone, and a sticky comment immediately caught your eye. "That's not my boyfriend, that's my husband." The comment section exploded again. "What, they're already married? That bastard? I don't have a chance." Crying. "Brothers, it's time to unite. Let's rush this guy." You looked at your phone, feeling a chill run down your spine. "Wife!" Lin Mengyao had already sneaked ahead, walking and looking back to observe your reaction. You quickly chased after her. "Wife, are you trying to run away?" Lin Mengyao laughed and ran. "Don't come near me." Seeing that the secret was out, she leaned forward and jogged ahead. You chased closely behind. The joyful laughter of the two of you echoed through the campus. Lin Mengyao, being pregnant, couldn't run fast. You easily caught up, pulling her into your arms. "Don't run around, be careful." Lin Mengyao tidied her messy hair, a charming smile on her face. Under the moonlight, the campus's flowers and trees looked particularly tranquil. On a graduation night, the two of you walked hand in hand, every step filled with sweetness. After the graduation defense, you spent a few days teaching Lin Mengyao how to drive. She learned quickly, and her driving was steady. With the intelligent driving features of the Xiaomi SU7, you were completely at ease letting her go out alone. Lin Mengyao, wearing a white dress, elegantly ran up to you and lightly pecked your lips. You immediately pulled her into your arms, kissing her deeply. "Come back early." Lin Mengyao touched her burning cheek. She whispered, "You wicked hubby." She arrived at the parking lot and skillfully started the Xiaomi SU7. She checked the rearview mirror and reapplied lipstick. Jiang Che ate it all, arriving at the dorm building. Lin Mengyao picked up her 3 long-unseen roommates. Chen Manmin exclaimed as soon as she got in the CA car. "Wow, Yao Yao, you're driving a car after a few months, and it's not cheap, is it?" Yangling echoed. "Tell us quickly. We even saw your grand public display of affection yesterday," Liu Yuxin teased with a smile. "Our Yao Yao has a husband and forgot her sisters." Lin Mengyao blushed and quickly changed the subject. "Stop talking. Quickly decide where we're eating. I'm hungry." The 4 debated in the car for over 10 minutes before finally voting. On the other side, you decided to post a job advertisement at Ginhai Plaza. You drove the Maybach and posted the printed ad at the shop entrance. You also posted the information on a recruitment app, monthly salary of 20,000, 5 social insurances, and 1 housing fund. After handling all this, you drove home. While eating with her sisters, Lin Mengyao recounted her experiences over the past few months, but did not mention the pregnancy. Yangling sighed. "Your boyfriend is so good! Handsome, cooks every day, and so dedicated." Chen Manmin agreed. "Yes, he's just perfect." Liu Yuxin remained silent, inwardly grumbling. How could he not be good? "They already have a baby, Sai." "Yao Yao, why are you calling him hubby when you're not married yet? Did he propose?" Liu Yuxin couldn't help but ask. Lin Menyao's cheeks turned red. "I just got used to calling him that." Chen Manmin laughed. "You were secretly in love with him for a long time, weren't you? Now your dream has come true." Yang Ling warned, "Good men like that are in high demand. You need to keep a close eye on him." Lin Mengyao nodded shyly. "Mm-hmm." Liu Yuxin felt helpless internally. How can she not keep an eye on him? "All right, here's to a bright future for us all. Cheers!" The 4 raised their glasses and clinked them, laughter filling the air. After the meal, Lin Mengyao dropped her sisters off at the dorm and drove alone to Jinwon Plaza. She walked into a jewelry store, the same one where you had bought the diamond ring. A tall sales associate greeted her with a professional smile. "Welcome. Can I help you with anything beautiful?" Lin Mengyao asked softly. "Hello. Do you have any men's rings you can recommend?" The associate smiled. "Yes, please follow me." She led Lin Mengyao to a counter where men's rings were displayed. Each one exuded unique charm. Lin Mengyao's gaze wandered over the counter. Soon, she spotted a ring with a simple yet exquisite design, which was low-key but hinted at luxury. She pointed a finger. "Hello, could you show me this one?" The associate took out the ring and handed it to her. "You have excellent taste, beautiful. This is our latest design and is very popular with young people." Lin Mengyao turned the ring over, her fingertips stroking the metal surface. She loved it. "It is beautiful. How much is this one?" The associate replied, "It's 888 in total." Lin Mengyao gritted her teeth. After a slight hesitation, she swiped her card and paid. "Thank you, please come again." The associate smiled as she carefully packaged the ring, inwardly wondering, which man is lucky enough to have such a beautiful girl buy him a ring? He must have saved the galaxy in his past life. Afterward, Lin Mengyao drove back to Ginhai Mansion. She arrived at the front door, unlocked it with her small finger and fingerprint. At this moment, you were watching a movie in the living room. Seeing your wife return, you were about to speak, but Lin Mengyao quickly darted past, running back into the room. A big question mark appeared above your head. "Wife, what are you hiding? So secretive." You then got up, intending to go see what your wife was doing. Lin Mengyao hid the ring. Just as she turned around, she was face to face with you. "Wife, what are you doing?" Due to panic, Lin Mengyao didn't know what to do for a moment, so she stood on her tiptoes, wrapped her arms around your neck. "Hubby, I want to..."